Hi guys, I'm here to do my 2020 WIPGO. Um, I'm filming on my iPad, but I've got my iPhone right next to it, leaning against it, so it's like a double image. That's doing time lapse for my Vlogmas, so it's a little weird seeing two of me, but anyways. So I am here to do my cross stitch WIPGO. My non-cross stitch one will be in a separate video. I'm going to try to start uploading this and put everything away and pull out everything for the non-stitching one and see if I can knock out both of these in one day. But here is my cross stitch WIPGO board. So I'm just going to be going through and showing you all of the projects, and my goal for each of these is 1,000 stitches. So one thing I was thinking about doing is basing my rotation off of this. So I talked in November, I believe, about doing a new rotation where at the end of completing a rotation, I add on a new project. So what I'm thinking about doing is basing the new project off of what was called that month in WIPGO. So I'm going to go through. I've got projects piled all around me, and 24 of them. So let's go through them and see what's on my WIPGO board this year. Only 1,000 stitches, again, because I way went overboard last time. So to start it off, the first one is the Twisted Band Sampler from Northern Needleworks Expression. I have this in both DMC and Fiberlicious. I think I'm going to do the DMC version for this, but I'll show you both just in case. So here is where I am at. I started this quite a while ago and am not very far along, so that's why I put it on WIPGO this year. And then the Fiberlicious, no, it's not Fiberlicious, it's Thread Pickers. I have it in the rainbow colors from Thread Pickers, and actually this one is not the Twisted Band. This is the Twisted Rainbow. So I have that. The Twisted Band one that I have from Thread Pickers, also on black fabric, is in a Ocean Depths colorway. Let me show you the back. So I love that colorway, and that's as far as I've gotten on this one. So I'm gonna decide between the two, but I think I'm leaning towards the DMC one, just because I started that longer ago and I would like to complete it. So that is the first square. The other thing I need to do while this is uploading is make an album for the group, so I need to take pictures of each one. Okay, the next one on my list is Giant Harry Potter from Cloud's Factory. And I restarted this earlier this year, but I haven't done much, just that one yellow swirl. So, hang on, let me try something real quick. I don't know if that's any better. I have my light here on the lowest light setting because it's dusk, and so the lighting is not great, but okay. In the third spot, we have Kringles by Little House Needleworks. This is what it will look like finished. And I haven't actually started it yet, but I should in this next day or two. So So it will be started before WIPGO begins. I don't think that's usually a qualification, but it is one that I'm needing to start. In the fourth place one, we have Prairie Schooler Santa, and I just put that because I need to be working on these Prairie Schooler Santas, but not necessarily a specific one. Are you the next? I think this is the next one I have to start, but I also have the first 4 of the the 12 Santas of Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas Santas. I need to get the other 2 pattern books, but what I was trying to do and fell way behind was make one of these a year for my husband. I started this when we were just dating, but I've only done the one, and hang on, I have, yeah, this one finished, but not FFO'd. So this one was supposed to be from 2018, so I think this was supposed to be from 2019, and I didn't get one to do from 2020, so I need to buy another one of that. I need to buy 2 more Santas, I guess. And then just start these, because I wanted to do one of these for each of our Christmases, so that should have been last year's, and this should be this year's, but neither are started. So I really need to get working on these. So that wasn't a specific Santa, but the projects in general. And the final slot in the WIPGO is Persephone. I think I started this last year in the spring, and I got really hooked on it, but I haven't worked on it since. So this is what she will look like finished, and I absolutely love this fabric I picked out and how it's working up so far. I just need to go back to working on her. My 2, okay, there we go. My 2 stitch needle minders got stuck together. So, I mean, I've done a good part of that wallpaper. I just need to get back to working on it, and look at this fabric. It's so pretty for Persephone. So, I really love this one. Okay, the next one I have to show you is one of my largest whips, and that is the Sistine Chapel. I forget who charted this. Look at this fabric. Oh, jeez. Okay, let me see where I can find it at. I can see some threads hanging, so yeah. I'm just gonna pull it back a little bit because I don't need to unfold the whole thing. But this is all I've done so far, and I mean, that's just border. So 1,000 stitches will go a long way on this first vignette. I love this one. I think it's beautiful. It's just pulling out all this fabric to work on is difficult. I did include both of my largest whips in this WIPGO board this year. But I'm not at the next largest. I think the actual largest one. London's Garden Mandala. This one is for my sister Jo. And I really need to finish the first part at least on this. So, oops. Come on. gosh, the needle just got pulled through the fabric. Okay, whatever, I'll deal with that later. So here is what it looks like. And I love it. I think it's so beautiful. I just need to work on it. So I have the projects for the main project for each of my family members in WIPGO, because I need them all to end up on my rotation. So I thought, what better way to determine that than let the fates decide, I guess. Or Jessie Marie's wheel. Okay, the next one is my Epic Disney Princesses from Clouds Factory. Okay, so I've only started working on this castle. I would love to get this finished and start working down towards the princesses. And this is on dark navy 28 count fabric. Okay, I don't need to fold it fancy because I'm gonna be pulling it out again shortly to take pictures while this is uploading. Number 9 is Dressmaker's Daughter from Mirabilia, and this one is for my sister Alex. So that's what it looks like. And honestly, I can really picture my sister Alex wearing this spring dress. I think that looks a lot like her. Or like something she would wear. Unfortunately, I am not very far along on this at all. That is all I have done. So I need to make some nice, good progress on this. Next up is Brooks Books Advent Animals. I believe I finished the first one. Yes, I did. So this is the first one, and I have it finished. So next up is I Heart Coco, and that's all that I have done. And this is one that I will leave. Here's what he looks like. Peter Polar Bear. This is one I will leave on the rotation even after I finish Peter Polar Bear, so I can just continue with each of the animals. The other thing I wanted to note about this, I should have mentioned it earlier, is that this is to be 1,000 stitches on the month it's called. So even if I work on it beforehand, I'm not counting that as being completed. So I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, so that finishes our second row. Our third row starts with Halloween by the Letter from Lizzie Kate. And this is as far as I've gotten on this one. Well, I did a little bit more border. But I really love this series, and I wanted to get it done for this year, but it didn't happen. So Next up is Serengeti from Chatelaine. This one is for my parents. It's getting harder to tell what's up and what's down. I'm pretty sure this is the upside. So I completely finished that first part, which is the center garden and the 4 tinier gardens. And I beaded it, did all the specialty stitches and everything. So now I'm working on part 2, which is the 4 of these, one on each side. So yeah, my mom harasses me constantly about this one. So here's to hoping it gets drawn early so that she can stop telling me I need to work on Serengeti, because I will be working on Serengeti. So okay, put that there. Next up is Pandemic from Long Dog Samplers. This is one where my friend Martha gave me her leftover thread from Silks for You. She had a hank of this, and this is what was left over. And so I am doing 1 thread over 1 on 28 count. And this is where I am at. So plenty more to do. I wanted to include something that was just single color in it, something that was faster and more brainless. I could have done one of my other long dogs or my linen and threads, some of my other linen and threads. But this is the one that was calling to me as I was making up this list, in part because this is the year of the pandemic, so that's why I'm including it. The last one on this row is Baltic Mandala, and this is for my husband. He comes from Germany in the Baltic area. And so this is what I have done on it. It needs a lot of work, but I really love it. I don't know if I've worked on it in a year. So I really need to put in some good time. That's what that one looks like. Starting on our 4th row, we have the class schedule from Armada Designs. I really just want to finish this and get it off of my plate. I do like the design. I know a lot of people don't, but I like it for its simplicity. So here's where I'm at. I've put elements on several of the designs, so yeah, I would love to be able to finish this year. Okay. Next up is the Cottage of the Month series. I didn't put a specific cottage because, like the Prairie Schoolers, when I finish one, I'm keeping it in the rotation to work on the next one. So, let me just kind of show you where many of them are at. Apparently, at some point, I decided it was a good idea to put the fabric in the little bag, so this is going to be loud, and I apologize for that. But let's start with, okay, August, September, November, May, December, June, July. Okay, I'm going to go in order of what I haven't done. So starting with the May cottage. This is what it looks like, and this is where I am at. So if this were to get called in January, May is what I would pull out. Next up is June, and this is all I have done. So there's still a lot to be done on June. At one point, I was kind of just putting the pattern in here, so I don't know why I changed that. July looks like this, all patriotic. I am a July baby, so I don't always love that July is only ever patriotic, but I am pretty patriotic, so it's okay. Next we have August, and this is where I am at on August. So almost done with the cottage itself. I really want to start this year. She's doing Cottage of the Month sampler, and I really want to do those. I might order the first one. September in the Cottage of the Month, and that's where I'm at. So pretty decent on September. November. Oh, I finished October. I finished it this October. November, and this is where I am at on November. So, pretty happy with my progress. Oh, December, sorry. December I have the least done on. I actually need to work on this it was drawn for my project to work on for one day. So, December. And you can barely make out the outline in I think it's a crew. So those are the cottages of the month. Okay, so next we have the Paris Gardens mandala, and this one is for my sister Kirsten. She lives in Germany. She loves Paris. So I started this. This is actually the first chatelaine I ever started, and it was for her. And here is where I am at on that. So quite a bit to go. Next up we have Lady of the Flag. And this is from Mirabilia. There's my pattern, and I am intending on doing this twice. I think the first time I'm doing it as charted, and the next time I'm going to do it in that teals that look like the Statue of Liberty conversion. But because I hadn't fully decided on which conversion I was going to start out with, all I've worked on is the flag, which I still think is absolutely stunning in and of itself. The shading is perfect. It's just beautiful. So that is my Lady of the Flag that needs some good work done on her. I was lucky enough to get a pattern when they were reprinted. That year they were reprinted. Next up we have Lantern Lane from Little House Needleworks. This is what it will look like finished. I'm really hoping this one gets done in 2021. And here is where I am at. So, right now, instead of finishing the house, I'm working on this fence over here because I'm trying to complete it so that when I get done with the house, it'll be like a good, basically a third. I mean, sorry, 2/3 done. So that is Lantern Lane. And that completes the 4th row. So we're on our last row. First up is One Nation from Bygone Stitches. And this is what I have done on it. So 1 row of the states in the colored, and the blue over here, I need to work on the white stars. So that is One Nation. I love this. I love this fabric. This fabric is the leftover part from my sister's London Gardens. So I had to buy that big cut of fabric, and so this is what was left over, and it was the perfect size for One Nation. Next we have the green conversion of red. I have more Mirabilias on here than I thought I did. So this is what red looks like. Here is Kelly Dunn, the Evergreen Stitchers conversion into green. And here is where I am at on her. I'm not super in love with the fabric, but I don't really want to restart it, so. Next we have Nantucket Rose from Lavender and Lace. This is what it looks like. And I started this in Stitch Mania, for Stitch Mania this year, and this is all I got done. So some of the tree. The second to last one I have is my largest one. And that's the world map from Gecko Rouge, that massive one. So this is 28 count even weave, and it's being stitched 1/1. So that's what I've gotten done. So there is a lot of work to do on this, which is why I put it in this year's WIPGO, because I need encouragement to work on it. My final WIPGO piece is Christmas by the Letter. That's what it will look like when completed. To be honest, I had thought I'd put Christmas rules, but apparently not, so I don't feel like reprinting my WIPGO board, so I'm sticking with what's here. And this is where I'm at on Christmas by the Letter. And that is my 2021 WIPGO board, which came in under 30 minutes, so that's good. Hopefully it'll upload quickly. I'm going to wrap this up, get pictures taken while this uploads, and then hopefully film my non-stitchy project stitch board. So talk to you guys later. Bye.